The old man screamed, "Drop it now!" But Aisha was already smiling because she thought she had just found free money. People don't believe in spiritual things until it touches them, and in Abuja, it doesn't knock twice. This happened on a Tuesday evening around Apogudu Road, the kind of evening where traffic is slow and everyone is tired of life. Aisha had just closed from work. No bad day, no bad thoughts, just hunger and stress. Then she saw it, right there on the street. A neatly folded bundle of money. Clean, dry, placed, not dropped. People inside cars started murmuring. Someone asked who could have lost money. Another person laughed and said God had finally done it for somebody. A woman joked that Abuja doesn't carry last. Aisha stepped down from the keke. That was when the shouting started. An old man, barefoot, dusty, selling pure water, suddenly screamed at the top of his lungs, begging her not to touch the money. Everybody froze. Some people laughed at him. Someone told him to rest. Aisha smiled. She bent down. The moment her fingers touched the money, everything went quiet. No traffic, no horns, no voices. Just silence. Then she felt it. The money was warm. Not sun warm, body warm. She tried to drop it, but her fingers refused to open. That was when the scream came out of her mouth. Not her voice, but something deeper, something older. People scattered. One man fell while running. A woman dropped her baby's bag. Drivers reversed without looking. The old man collapsed on the ground, crying that she had just touched it and it had marked her. Aisha's eyes rolled back. The money peeled itself open in her hand, and inside it wasn't normal notes anymore. It was blackened, damp, and smelled like soil and blood. 3 cats appeared from nowhere. They circled her slowly, hissing. Then, as suddenly as it started, everything stopped. Aisha fell unconscious. The money vanished. From that night, things were never the same. At exactly 1 a.m. every night, Aisha would sit up in her bed and whisper, "My change, where is my change?" Sometimes she laughed, sometimes she cried, sometimes she spoke in a language nobody understood. Then she started seeing water in her dreams, dark water. She would see herself standing near Jabi Lake, holding the same bundle of money while a voice whispered, "You picked it, now you must return it." Anywhere Aisha passed, money disappeared. Wallets went missing. POS balances reduced. Even offerings in church vanished. And every time it happened, she smiled, not intentionally, like she couldn't control it. One night, at exactly 1:11 a.m., she left the house barefoot and walked until she reached Jabi Lake. She stood there, talking to someone nobody could see. Then, she dropped something into the water. When she turned around, her eyes were black. She said calmly, "It's not stealing, it's collection." That was when the old man appeared again. The same one, same clothes, but dry and clean. He shook his head and said she didn't know she had become the next vessel. Then he disappeared. Till today, people around Wuse Market, Nyanya, and Gwarimpa still see money on the road, neatly folded, waiting. And sometimes, late at night, they see a girl by the roadside whispering softly, "Have you seen my change?" People thought the money story ended at Jabi Lake. It didn't. After that night, Abuja started changing. POS agents around Wuse began complaining that customers' balances were disappearing mid-transaction. Drivers said that they would collect cash, count it twice, and still come up short. A woman swore she withdrew money from the ATM at Gwarimpa, but when she got home, the envelope was empty. The stories were the same everywhere. And every time money vanished, somebody remembered seeing a girl nearby, quiet, barefoot, whispering to herself. Aisha stopped living at home. She didn't need to. People said she appeared only at night, mostly around places where money passed through hands. Markets, bus stops, churches, ATMs. Those who saw her closely said her clothes were always dry. Even during rain, her feet never had dust, and her shadow sometimes moved before she did. One night, a security guard at Maitama tried to stop her. He asked her where she was going. She smiled and said, "I am returning what was borrowed." The next morning, the guard resigned. He said at 1:11 a.m., she stood at the gate counting invisible money into her palm while voices answered her from the trees. Then something was started happening. People who picked money from the road after seeing her started getting sick. One man lost his voice. A woman couldn't sleep again. Another person said every time he closed his eyes, he saw water rising. And to the old man, people started asking questions. Some said he wasn't human. Some said he had been warning people for years. Others said he was the one planting the money, but no one could find him until a cleaner at Apo Bridge swore that she saw him arguing with Aisha. He told her she was collecting too much. She replied calmly, "They keep picking, I keep collecting." Some residents started saying Aisha wasn't evil. They said she was a punishment. They said Nigerians like free things too much, that people pick money without asking questions. That greed opened the door. Others said she was cursed and dangerous and needed prayers. But one statement changed everything. A woman commented online and said, "If you didn't pick money that wasn't yours, none of this would happen. So who is really at fault?" That comment caused war. Some people said she was blaming victims. Others said she was speaking truth. And then someone replied, "If you see money on the road and you pick it, you already agreed to the terms." That night, money appeared again, this time right in front of a church. In 2023, residents around Apo and Gudu reported multiple cases of missing cash with no explanations. POS agents complained publicly. Some churches warned members not to pick items found outside. Others even say this isn't new. Different names, same pattern. Money left intentionally. Someone picks it, something follows. So no, this story isn't saying every money on the road is spiritual, but it is saying this: if you see money placed neatly untouched, waiting, and something inside you feels wrong, walk away. Because in Abuja, some things are not lost, they are planted. Aisha was finally taken away when her family could no longer hide what was happening. One morning, she walked into her mother's room holding a bundle of money that nobody had seen her pick. Her hands were shaking, but her face was calm. She placed the money on the floor and said quietly, "It's complete now." That was the first time her mother noticed that Aisha no longer called her mama. They said she stopped eating normal food. She stopped sleeping at night, and she no longer recognized people by their faces, only by what they carried, money. When they took her to the hospital, the doctor said nothing was wrong with her physically. All her tests came back normal. But every night at exactly 1:11 a.m., Aisha would sit up on the bed and start counting with her fingers, whispering numbers nobody could follow. When nurses asked her what she was counting, she slowly replied, "What was taken must be returned." One evening, during a heavy rain, Aisha disappeared. They found her shoes by Jabi Lake. Nothing else. No struggle, no noise, nobody. Just the same smell people remembered from that day on Apogudu Road, damp soil and old paper. After that, something strange happened. The report stopped. Money no longer vanished mysteriously. POS agents said transactions returned to normal. People stopped seeing folded cash on the road. But sometimes, very rarely, when traffic is slow and the evening is quiet, people claim they see a reflection on the water at Jabi Lake. A woman standing still, not begging, not calling anyone, just counting. And the old man, no one ever saw him again. Some say Aisha drowned. Some say she ran away. Some say she paid the debt she never knew she agreed to. But the others say something different. They say Aisha didn't die. They say she finished her assignment, and that the reason nothing strange had happened again is because someone finally stayed behind to close the door. Not everything you see is meant for you. Some things are left to test your character, not your luck. What you take without asking may cost you more than you expect. If it is not yours, please walk away.